everybody and welcome back to another Let's Build a Reaver video, guys. So what have I been looking at? What have I been doing? What have I been building? How have I been getting on with the Reaver so far? Well guys, it's been... has had its ups and downs. It's really had its ups and downs. I'll tell you about the ups and downs in just a second. But first things first, one of the things that I like to try and do when I'm doing large models, especially ones with lots of carapace like this, is I like to obviously get the carapace out the way first, because the way I do it, I use the Tamiya clear colours. What they do, they take a little bit longer to set and a little bit longer to dry than standard colours, standard acrylics, because these are alcohol based as opposed to water based. So I tend to do the shiny metallic first, and that way it gives you, look at the gloss on that, look at the shine, you can almost see your reflection in there, and what that does, that gives it a really nice solid finish to the actual paint itself, and makes it a little bit tougher and a little bit more resistant. So I do all that. So I've been basically doing these sections. So we've got the larger armour plate. I think I've got some more somewhere. I don't. I thought I had more, but it turns out that I don't. Oh yeah, it's because I was doing the engine cowlings on the actual torso part of the Reaver, which I'll currently show you in a second. But these are all going to get painted, so all the trim here is all going to get painted with the brass. I'm going to actually paint this side as well. It's just going to be a standard silver. I may even paint it like the dark black metallic, just so it looks like it's in a bit more shadow in comparison to the actual edge of it. I'm not entirely sure yet. We'll see how things go later on. But yeah, so I've been working on the bits of carapace. Some other things that I've been doing, I actually started work on this massive block of resin here. So a lot of the component parts, what I showed you in the last video, they've kind of been glued into place. I'll tell you a few issues I had with it first and foremost, but as you can see, we've got, as if you can't really see, I have to get the light really well angled. There we go. So as you can see inside there, we've got all the little gubbins glued in. I also added a few like purity seals and things like that, just to like spice it up a little bit and just to make it look a little bit more lived in, so to speak. But they look all really nice there. I also, in fact, I might be able to yank this chunk off. Yep, there we go. I also did this part here, which is like the main doorway to the cockpit. I added a magnet in there as well, and I also added another big magnet in the actual headpiece, and these fit really, really well, nice and tight. That is not coming off no matter how hard I decide to shake it, and to remove it you kind of just rock it off like that, and that takes the magnet off on the other side. But yeah, so we got some details going on here. We got the yellow black brass that I did on the Warhound, again reciprocating that, and we got some little purity seals on here, as well as some little details like some little writing here and some little writing here. Victrix. I might go over this and do it again with a better pen, because I'm not really a big fan of how juvenile the handwriting looks there. We've got some nice weathering. We got some rust effects going on there. I probably will add some engine oil effects as well, maybe down the pipes and things, just to make them look a little bit more used, a little bit more in working order, rather than everything looks a little bit dry at the moment. It needs to look a bit more oily, a bit more grimy. In other things, like I said, I glued on these back engine cowlings here. Let me just zoom out. So these are two massive solid blocks of resin. They're probably the second thickest thing next to the absolutely insane piece of resin that is the missile pod, and it's all one sodding thing. So the slight issues I had with these is that they didn't fit 100% properly. You can't really see it from looking at the thing, but I know that it's there because I had to actually go in with some plastic putty and fill in the gaps here and here, just to make it look, well, less gappy, should I say. Also, this piece here in the middle, so basically what it is, guys, what we are dealing with is 1, 2, 3 pieces. They sit amongst this bit here, as I showed you on well, I think I showed you on the very first video I did. This is all one piece, barring these two pieces here. So this basically is one huge boat-like piece of resin. The 3 bits stick on the back, and they go in like that. Now, it's crazy because there's actually detail back there, but I didn't really do that much on it. I did that the trim on the computer consoles because I'm basically going to be hiding all that back there with this little cheeky chappy here with this white dwarf tech priest, so he's going to sit in there like that and completely obscure that from view. So I didn't really feel the need to paint the whole thing, just the actual side panels. But look at the side panels, they look really, really cool. I'm going to add again some engine oil and stuff. I had a little bit of an issue as well. Now, these are supposed to be a little bit further back. As you can see here, it kind of comes out a little bit. Now, this is supposed to be flush with this bit here. I don't think it's going to make much difference in regards to the top carapace. So here is, in fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to push this bit back on as well. I'm going to have to get the plastic putty in on this as well, guys, after I glue it, because one of the things that I've found is that, as you can see here, there's like a big old fracture going down there, so I'll have to fix that with some plastic putty. And again, it doesn't really fit that well, and I think that's also because, again, these interior bulkhead bits of detail aren't fully back, but I couldn't get them far enough back with these cowling bits. It was almost like I needed a third pair of hands to hold stuff, so hopefully it's not going to impact too much on the actual way it all fits together. Obviously, I have some touch-ups like here and here and here and here to do, as well as these little bits now they're exposed, but that's that. Where my issue comes at the moment, guys, is the fact that my camera is about to run out of battery. So I'm going to have to just pause this for a second and go and find a charger. One sec. And there we go. Charger has been found. So, as I was saying, I've got a slight bit of an issue with this because, as you guys know, I like to make everything magnetic, and I like to make everything so that if it can be seen, it is seen. Hence why I spent so much time doing the interior details on this huge block of resin. By the way, this is so heavy. This is like, this is way heavier than the actual Warhound. If you drop this on your foot would break before this broke. It's absolutely nuts how heavy this whole chunk is. But anyway, so let's put that to the side for a second. So this bit here is the top carapace. This beautifully sculpted piece of artwork here is going to be an absolute bloody dream to paint up. And then the other thing that we've got is we've got this really cool servitor here that controls the top weapon mount. I had one of my friends, the marvellous Mr. Pidge, suggest that I should cut this off and use it as a separate piece, but it's actually integral to the part of the carapace, so I can't do that. What I might do is I might make a press mould of this so that I can have this square chunk with a servitor as another part, so I can basically reproduce it by jamming green stuff in it, or I might just make a cast of it myself because it's really cool. It'd look really cool on the back of like a tank or something, or just as like a terrain piece, so that might be something for the future as well. But anyway, I digress. So this fits here, right over, let me just hold it up a little bit, it's resting on itself, so that fits in there like that and slides to the back here. Now, as it is there, it's in there okay. However, the issue I have is, as you can kind of see here, it kind of wants to tip up because it's quite front heavy here. Now, what I don't want to happen is that to do its business whilst I'm using it in a game, or whilst it's on display, or whilst I'm transporting it, and it to shift, and this to fall out and crack and ruin this beautiful, beautiful piece of art on the front of it. So my issue is, how do I magnetize this? Now, the only points of contact are these little runners here, and then this bit here. Now, this bit actually goes into contact with this area here. So it goes, and I'm pretty certain it sits flush to it. Yeah, it does sit flush to it. Now, my issue is, do I risk losing the detail in one of these, I don't even know what you call it, one of these couplings here, by jamming a magnet in there? Now I'm thinking, if I leave the two at the side, I can make the middle one a functional magnet in there. That means that I could put it down here, but I don't think that I have enough space on the actual carapace bit, because I think that this bit here corresponds to this bit here. Now, it's really hard to measure it, but I do know that based on the top of this versus the top of this, where this weapon mount sits, that is pretty much level to it. So I'm not sure. I think what I may do, I may take one of these magnets here, and I may try and jam that. I might just re-drill that hole. Let me just see if I can zoom in a little bit further. I might see if I can actually hold this on here. Oh Jesus! The magnetic pull from the other big neodymium is, oh dear, is too great. Look, it's stuck to the fucking bulkhead door there. I can't get the fucker out. Let's try and throw them in there as well so I can get... magnets, aren't they fun? Let's just see if I can... There we go. So, in fact, I can just hold it there like this, can't I? So, oh, God fucking damn it. Come here, you bastard. There we go. Right. That's better. So, as you can see, there's not much difference between that and that. I think all it would take is a little bit of a drill bit in that hole. The hole's already there. Then I can jam a magnet in it. And then what I can do, I can jam a magnet in this piece here. And then that one magnet, because these smallish magnets here, they're still... I'll fucking knock the light in the way. They're still pretty damn strong. That will be enough to hold the carapace on. Just one of those. I think that's the best way I'm going to go about it in regards to keeping this carapace on and intact. But it's just going to look absolutely lovely, guys. I can't wait for this to be done. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful kit. Any other things that I can talk about, guys, on this so far? I don't think I've got anything. Oh yeah, one of the things that really did annoy me. There's quite a stark difference between the shine on the engine cowlings here. Not the engine cowlings there, sorry. The shine on this side panel here. Then on the likes of these panels here, you can see there's quite a big difference in regards to how shiny. And that is because what I've found, I found that if I use liquid mask to mask the areas off, this is basically just latex, like liquid latex. What it does, when you peel it off, it takes some of the shine away, so I may have to go in with some gloss varnish on these little areas just to shine them back up again and hope that it doesn't mess up the actual finish. The reason why I was using the liquid mask on the outside pieces is because I need to, first of all, I need to touch this area up again. This is horribly painted. Please ignore the shoddy paint job on this side piece here for a second. But what I did, because I wanted to do these first rather than doing them second and have to mask all the areas off, I thought to myself, if I do these bits first and then when I come to spray these, I can liquid mask this off and it's less effort. In fact, it's going to prove to be more effort because I'm going to have to go in and bloody put more gloss varnish on, but whatever, that's something I'm just going to have to deal with. Obviously I've got to cover up the plastic Vallejo plastic putty there. That's dried nice and rock solid, so I have to go over with that with something else and maybe fill in some of these little gaps up here and up here, although I could just leave them because they're kind of in shadow and you can't really see them like that. And I'm also going to have to get some plastic putty and go in this big void here, because I'm not going to be able to push it all the way because of this bit here where I've kind of fucked up, as I said before. But that being said, guys, this is what I've done so far. Tell me, please, how do you think this project's coming along? Do you like it so far? What do you think is one of the more interesting details about the internal piece? Also, guys, what do you think I should do with this here? Shall I make a press mold? Shall I cast it up separately to use in other projects? Let me know in the comments in the doobly-doo down below. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to check out the Facebook page. Don't forget to like, favourite and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out the Instagram. Link is in the doobly-doo down below. I'm way more active on there than on my Facebook group at the moment. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. So, see you now, and goodbye.